with variables on both sides of the equation, okay? It's going to look a little bit different than what we did on Friday, but it's still pretty similar to what we did on Friday. We're kind of combining what we did on Friday with the distributive property for a lot of it, okay? But we're also going to learn the whole no solution identity. I'll explain that in just a second. So we're going to start with a problem that looks like this. Example 3 is 2 times 5x minus 1 equals 3 times x plus 11. Okay. So we learned distributive property in chapter 1. Basically what you're doing is you're taking the number that's outside of the parentheses and you're multiplying it by both things inside of the parentheses, right? So that's what we're going to be doing right now, is distributing the 2 and distributing the 3 to both things, okay? So first step is we're going to start by distributing that 2. So if I take that 2 and I multiply it by 5x, what does it become? 10x. Okay, and then I take that 2 and I multiply it by 1. 2, okay? We're subtracting, so it's going to be minus 2. Okay, now you move to the right side. Take that 3 and distribute it to both. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 11, and we are adding, so it would be plus 33, okay? Now, it's exactly the problems you did on Friday, right? You distributed, and now we're ready to solve, okay? So what would you do first? Okay, we're not combining like terms because they're on different sides. Okay, you could add the 2. I would move the x's first just to be consistent so you're not getting mixed up, because that's what I've always done is combined the x's first. We're not combining them. We're not like combining like terms is when it's all on one side of the equation, right? So we're going to do the opposite to get them together. Yes, cancel one out. Okay, so right now you have a 10x and you have a 3x, okay? If I want to get one of them out of there and move it to the other side, which one's the best one to remove from one side and move to the other? 3x, okay? So right now it's a positive 3x. In order to get it out of there, we have to subtract it to make it 0, right? So this is gone. I'm going to subtract 3x over here from my other x then. So 10x minus 3x is 7x minus 2. And then we just have a 33 on the right. What do you do next? You add 2. So now we have 7x, this is gone, equals 35. Now what do? You divide by 7. So we get x equals, the 7's cancel to a 1, so x equals 35 divided by 7, which is 5. Okay? How do you check your answer? You plug it back in. So take that 5. Hey, we don't judge. So you plug those 5s back in and you check if it's a true statement. Okay? Which it should be if you did the process right. All right. So you're going to do some of that distributive property. We're going to do more of it in just a second, but I want to explain to you first some of your answer options that you're going to get today, because today's a little bit different. You won't always get x equals something as your answer, okay? Here's the scoop. Micah, will you put that away, please? Like, put it on the floor. I don't want it on your desk at all. Thank you. Your options are you could get an identity, okay? And an identity is an equation that is true for every possible value of the variable. Okay, in other words, it does not matter what I plug in for x. It will always get me a true statement. Okay, so that's an identity. So some examples of what an identity might look like are, we could say if we get x plus 1 equals x plus 1, right? If I plug in a 7, 7 plus 1 equals 7 plus 1. If I plug in an 11, 11 plus 1 equals 11 plus 1. If I plug in a negative 4,000, again, it's going to be equal statements. So that's an example of what an identity might look like. Okay. Another example of what an identity might look like is maybe it says 15 equals 15. Okay. When they are equal to each other and there is no x equals 15, you just get 15 equals 15. We say that's an identity. So both of these are examples of what identities might look like. Okay. The other option that you can have is called no solution. And I showed you one of those earlier today. But no solution means no value of the variable. No value of the variable will make the equation true. Okay, so an example of what a no solution answer might be is something like if I gave you x plus 1 equals x plus 2, right? If I plug in 6 for x, 6 plus 1 does not equal 6 plus 2, right? So if I got this as my answer, I would say no solution. Or maybe you get an answer like this, 5 equals 7. 5 does not equal 7, so we would say no solution for our answer. So you have 3 answer options today. You can say x equals some number, or whatever your variable is, equals some number. That's one option, which is what we've been doing all along. Or you can say it's an identity, or you can say no solution. Okay, those are your 3 answer options. So let's do, here's what we're going to do. You can have one solution. You can have an identity. Or you can have no solution. Okay, I'm going to write something down and you tell me which category it should fall under. Okay, so let's say I give you x plus 4 equals 13. Okay, if I'm going to take that equation, x plus 4 equals 13, am I going to get one solution, an identity, or no solution from that? One solution, because when you solve it, you're going to get x equals 9, right? X equals 9 is one solution. So if you get x plus 4 equals 13, you're going to get one solution. Okay? What if I do p plus 3 equals p plus 4? One solution, identity, or no solution? No solution, because something plus 3 is never going to be something plus 4, right? So that would go here. P plus 3 equals P plus 4. Okay? What if I said x minus 9 equals 2? That would be one solution, because I would add 9 to both sides and get x equals 11, right? So one solution would be x minus 9 equals 2. What if I did 6m minus 3m equals 3m? That is identity. Because if you simplify this, right, you get 3m equals 3m. So that means any number that I plug in for m will get me a true statement. Okay? So that would be identity. 6m minus 3m equals 3m. What if I did 2y plus 5y equals 7y? That'd be identity, because again, you'd get 7y equals 7y. If it says the same thing on both sides, it's an identity. So 2y plus 5y equals 7y would be an identity. Okay, what if I had 2x equals 2x plus 1? That would be no solution, okay? Another way you can check it, to check that it's no solution, is if I take away a 2x here, then I have to take a 2x away here, right? Well, this is 0, and this is 0, so I'm getting 0 equals 1, which we know is not true, okay? So you can always solve and get rid of the x, and then you'll be able to see that this is a no solution. Okay, does that give you kind of an idea of what they look like? Okay, so let's solve a few of those, and then we'll be done. Let's say our problem looks like this. 10x plus 12 equals 2 times 5x plus 6. What's the first thing we're going to do on this problem? Damon? Multiply what? Right. We're going to distribute that 2 to both of these, right? So it's going to be 10x plus 12 on the left equals, what's 2 times 5x? 10x. And then 2 times 6? 12. Okay, so now look. We have 10x plus 12 equals 10x plus 12. It's an identity. You don't have to take it any further. As soon as the two sides are identical, right? Identical sides are an identity. So this would be identity. If you don't see it at this point, you can solve. So take away 10x, take away 10x. These are gone. And you end up with 12 equals 12. That's an identity. Okay? Questions on that one? Okay. Yeah. You thought it was one solution? Yeah. No, because you have x's on both sides. So when you move the x's all to one side, they go away. There is no x anymore.
Oh, so it's x.
If the answer comes out to x equals some number, that's one solution. Okay? So this one would have been an identity. All right, how about this one? If I tell you 9m minus 4 equals negative 3m plus 5 plus 12m. What's the first thing you need to do on this problem?
Combine like terms on the right side.
Right. So you have a negative 3m plus 12m. What is that? That's 9m. Okay, so you have on the left, you have 9m minus 4. If you combine these two, you get 9m plus 5. Now, if we're going to get our m's together, if I take away a 9m from both sides, this goes away and this goes away, and I end up with negative 4 equals negative 5. No, positive 5, sorry. That is no solution. They are not equal to each other, so we say no solution. Okay. Last one. All right, so if it looks like this, Dustin, what do I do first? Multiply, right? You're going to distribute that 3 to both those things. So what's 3 times 4b? 12b. Okay, and then we're subtracting. 3 times 2 is?
3 times 2 is
6. Okay, so 12b minus 6 equals negative 6 plus 12b. You could tell me right now, but if you don't see it right now, you could keep solving.
It's identity.
It's identity. Here's the deal. It's a positive 12b with a positive 12b, and a -6 with a -6, right? But if you're not seeing it yet, that's okay, because you could just finish solving. So take away a 12b from both sides. This is gone. This is gone, and we get -6 equals -6. And when they're identical to each other, it is identity. Okay? Questions on that? So your 3 answer options today. One solution, tell me what that one solution is. No solution, or identity. Okay?